Let's talk about the demonic spirits behind narcissists. Have you ever felt that creepy and dark feeling being around a narcissist, or maybe you dated one like me, but you just look into their eyes and there's literally nothing there. It's just like dark and black. You see no light, no life, and you feel like this weird dark energy when you're around them. You guys, that is literally not your imagination. That is the Holy Spirit trying to warn you and trying to tell you that something feels off. And if you feel like something's off, that's because normally that's the Holy Spirit trying to tell you there is something off. So I wrote a book on this because the Holy Spirit led me to write this book after coming out of my toxic relationship with a narcissist. It took me 6 real tries to actually leave this relationship. I was trying to do it in my own strength, and only God was the reason why I was able to leave this relationship for good. And then he told me to write a book, and I'm going to read you something that I wrote from my book talking about how a narcissistic relationship is more than just a toxic relationship. There's a spiritual battle going on between you and the narcissist. So I'm going to read you a snippet from my book. So I said, there's a spiritual battle going on. Dating a narcissist is more than just a toxic relationship. What you see and feel in the physical world is just a manifestation of what's happening in the spiritual world. This invisible war is known as spiritual warfare. There are demons attached to the narcissist. You need God to deliver you from this relationship and everything connected to them, including you. You cannot win the spiritual battle in your own strength. You will only succeed when your power and strength come from God himself, which is so true, because once I had God, I was able to leave that relationship. God gave me the strength. God gave me the confidence. I was so afraid to leave. I was weak. I kept going back to this toxic relationship, even though he was hurting me, even though he was cheating on me, even though he was abusing me. I kept going back to that relationship, and until God saved me from getting out, that's the only reason why I was able to get delivered from that relationship. The narcissist has a demonic influence over their life, and because of all of their sin, it will start to pour into your spirit, causing you to be clouded in sin with them. For example, my ex had a really bad spending problem. He had a drinking problem. He was addicted to smoking weed. He was addicted to cocaine. And when I was with them, I never did cocaine with him. I don't do that. I don't do drugs like that. But when I was with my ex, I was constantly overspending, constantly never saving money, constantly just like spending money on alcohol, drinking almost every single day. Like I'm telling you, I literally probably drank a bottle or two of wine a night with him. And I was just living in constant sin. And so because narcissists are usually spiritually unguarded, they will start to pour into your spirit, causing you to sin with them. And that's exactly what was happening when I was in that relationship. And that's not even like me. So there would be times throughout the relationship when my ex would hug me after cheating on me multiple times, even though I didn't know at the time he was cheating on me, but I would feel a demonic spirit from him when he touched me, and I would shudder and cringe. And I've heard this from so many people that they felt the same type of energy. And at the time, I was not saved, so I didn't know what I was feeling. I didn't know anything about the spiritual world or anything at the time. And then when God delivered me out of this relationship and saved me, he revealed everything to me about the demons behind a narcissist, why it's so hard to leave. And so that's why he allowed me to write this book. This was Holy Spirit led. I prayed over this book every single day before I wrote this. And through writing this, God literally saved me from going back to this relationship. And so I continued and I said, I felt this multiple times and had no idea what was happening. My body would do that as an impulsive reaction, and I didn't know why. Well, it was because my spirit was actually rejecting him. The enemy lives and preys on the spiritually unguarded. And because narcissists and people with similar disorders are so spiritually unguarded, they are a perfect place for the enemy to hide out in. Now, this doesn't mean that there aren't narcissists out there who have declared their faith, but that is different from having a genuine relationship with God. Instead, they use their faith to weaponize their victims, such as spiritual narcissists. That's another type of narcissist. Because narcissists are convenient for the devil to use to destroy what God is doing in and through everyone around them. Narcissists are convenient for the devil to use to destroy what God is doing in and through everyone around them. Because my ex was sleeping with multiple people and doing this for years before even meeting me, all of their dark energy was transferred onto him and then transferred onto me. Sex with a narcissist is more than just sex. You have to be careful with who you sleep with, because whatever demons are attached to them will now be attached to you. Sex with a narcissist opens up a wide door for demons to attach to you in your mind, body, emotions, and finances. After my last relationship with a narcissist, I fully committed to not having sex before marriage, because once I got out of that relationship, I realized how much having sex with this person affected me. It affected everything. And so when I got saved, I fully committed my life to God and fully committed to not having sex before marriage, because sex with a narcissist opens up wide doors for demons to be attached to you, because I completely have lived that. And because of this, I now coach women all around the world and helping them get out of their toxic relationships, helping them leave the narcissistic relationships that they're in. And I help them heal in a godly way. And so if I'm speaking to you right now, please book a session with me. The link is in my bio somewhere. The link is in my bio. Or you can go to my website at aliciacummings.com, book a session. I have multiple different sessions on there to try to be affordable to everyone. So let me help you, let me coach you. I have been through this kind of dark relationship problem for years, and when God delivered me out of it, he's literally healed me from every single thing that I thought I would never be healed from. So if I'm speaking to you, book a session with me.